Hey, welcome to the very first Admire Talk. It's about the power of being seen after trauma. If you don't know me, my name is Joshua Dixon. And when I was 8 years old, I was attacked by my family's two pit bulls. I lost 80% of my face. I lost both ears. I lost my upper and lower eyelid to my left eye. And I lost my entire nose. I lost the muscles that I use to smile. And it's been 18 years and 62 surgeries later. But in that moment, coming home in the third grade, a normal day, but it was a snow day. I didn't expect for my life to change forever. In the matter of 2 minutes, my life changed. Shock set in. I knew that I could have died. I knew that the feeling and the fear of death was real. And if it wasn't for the other dog trying to save my life, that I would not be here today helping all of you. And as I stand here, 18 years and 62 surgeries later, I sit here and say that though my life felt like it was over, it was just getting started. Now, losing a face is a very traumatic and in-depth experience. It's something that I wouldn't wish on the world, but it's something that I had to learn and grow and accept. It was that going through the rehabilitation of physical therapy, occupational therapy, being able to talk right and just eat again. Even learning how to walk was such a very hard journey because I was in a coma for a month and my muscles atrophied. I wasn't able to use them the same way. They were very weak. And the surgeries that happened to me made me very weak. They wouldn't let me see my face when I first woke up from the coma. They just told me everything will be okay and that I'm healing and something happened to me because I didn't remember the accident. And if you were curious, I don't hate pit bulls. I can't hate something that God gave life to. Though that life-altering event changed everything, it didn't change my heart. It didn't change my faith. And it didn't change my unwavering belief to keep fighting. Once I regained knowledge of remembering the accident and being able to see myself, it was hard to really understand it. And I loved the way that I looked, even though it was complex and challenging, but it wasn't until others started to judge the way that I look, staring at me, calling me mean comments, telling me I'm ugly, being scared of me, treating me like a horror character from a horror movie, calling me zombie face, chain face, and many different things. And some of these comments were from adults. Just imagine like adults speaking to a young child, hurting his confidence, hurting his self-esteem, something that he's building for the very first time. I didn't give up, but I gave in. I conformed to the way that society saw me. Society saw me as a monster and I treated myself as such. Even though I had a smile that I was trying to rebuild through electric shock therapy and having muscles transplanted from my arm into my face and enduring surgeries week after week after week to better the way that I look, I knew that inside, I'm still me, and that has never changed. Fast forward, I'm in high school, endured over 6 years of bullying at this point, wearing hoodies every day, wearing them over my head, and hiding myself, and pretending to be someone that I wasn't. Not even talking, stuttering more than usual, not even speaking up and advocating for myself when with my surgeries, I had to do that every single day, was advocate for my own well-being, physical and mental well-being. Imagine in high school, 16 years old, enduring so much bullying and dealing with not only outside being a war zone, but inside my home being a war zone as well. Being very hard. Childhood traumas outside from strangers, but also trauma from loved ones that I've lived with. Not having a safe place to be besides where I created art. Wasn't until I wrote a letter wishing that I wasn't here no more, that I gave up on life, that I didn't see the reason in fighting anymore. Why fight to stay alive when it seemed like so many people around me didn't love me, didn't care about it, didn't care about the sacrifice? I didn't have that level of worth from others that I wish that I had, the support and love system that I needed. I was so judged for not being perfect and looking far from it that I accepted it. But in a negative way, I bullied myself. I stared in the mirror, told myself that I was ugly, that I'm a monster. I was repeating what kids would tell me. Kids would tell me that I should die, that I should kill myself. I felt that. I felt that pain and I believed it. But that was far from the truth. After that letter, that suicide letter that I wrote and published on Facebook in front of my family, I got put into counseling and started to recover. Started to build a level of self-love and self-compassion that I didn't necessarily have for myself. And understanding, how do I grapple with the weight of the world and this looking different, having a facial impairment that changes the way that everyone sees me before I even say a word out of my mouth. In that, I had to learn about the power of being seen, the power of accepting who I am and loving to embrace that. Learning that I have these scars. Learning that I am proud to have made it this far. Learning that if it wasn't for me going through this and my resilience of getting through it, I wouldn't have met so many remarkable people along the way. Knowing that me getting through hardship and the kindness and love that I gave it to others. I shared it with others, and that actually helped me recover. That helped me learn how to teach others how to advocate for themselves. And in that, I wasn't this current moment wearing hoodies and hiding my skin, but knowing that I am such a great person, but the world doesn't see me that way, is I didn't have the admiration that I needed, but I had to create the admiration within myself. I had to understand that this is who I am. I can love this. I can learn to accept this, but I can learn to choose to grow and persevere through it because I'm going through something that no one else might not be able to respond to. But even this, that though we are different, there is common ground. We all know what grief feels like. Suffering in silence isn't strength. It's pain. It's misery. It's hard. It's dark. And it's lonely. Who all here has felt lonely once upon a time? Who all here has felt depressed and felt like they weren't able to be themselves, but they had to be someone else in order to be accepted? Who all here bullied themselves in the mirror when it was totally unnecessary and uncalled for, wasn't needed? This world has an abundance of negativity. Why add to it? But we do that. And it happens. Happens to the best of us. A lot of us might be the strongest people in our family, but yet we have the deepest and darkest pains. We are struggling every day to coexist. And let me tell you this, is I see you. I see you. I hear you. I believe in you. And there's one thing, if you don't take anything from this speech today, I need you to believe in yourself because you are seen. There's one thing that I had to tell myself in the beginning of all of this, is that I have to see me the way that I want to be seen. I have to learn that I will never be perfect. And I think this world has enough perfect people, but we need more people to be kind, to be authentic, to be empathetic, and to show compassion towards one another. That's something that we can need more of, and that's something that I'm willing to do. Because I'm not trying to be perfect no more. I am enough just as I am and always will be. And that's hard. That's hard when someone looks at me and stares at me. That's hard when someone looks at me and spits in my face. Oh yes, that has happened to me, where I've been spit on because someone didn't like the way that I look. I've been through a lot. And yet, knowing that sharing my story, being able to be on this stage, being able to share it with thousands of people like you, because I know that I'm not alone. I might feel alone. I might feel pain. I might feel like there's nothing but isolation in this world and that I don't need to be in this world. I know that that's a lie. That's the devil telling me that I don't need to live anymore. But God tells me that my story is far from over and that there's another chapter waiting to be written by me. That I shouldn't give up. He didn't give up on me. I can't give up on me. He gave up on me, then yeah, I wouldn't be here. Me not giving up, I get to be here for you. I get to show you how to not give up. The power of being seen isn't about the way that others see you, but it's how you see you. It's about how do you respond when you look in the mirror. Can you admire yourself? And let's do this one thing, this exercise together. As you're sitting there looking at me and listening to this talk, I want you to share it. I want you to say these affirmations with me. So 1, I admire me for all that I've been through. 2, I am loved. And I will always be loved. Let's repeat that second one more time. It's I am loved and will always be loved. 3, my story? My story is far from over. And there's much more left in me. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself a gentle hug. Allow yourself that love and compassion that you often give to others. Make sure to give it to yourself. Make sure to feel that warm embrace. It hurts, right? Because feeling is healing. If we're not feeling, we might not be healing. So you feel that. It's hard. Might not be something that you felt before. Giving yourself that same love and compassion that you desperately need. That's something that I still need to this day, is showing up for myself with that love and compassion, that level of conviction, with that understanding that admiration, having admiration means that I'm allowing myself to be human. That there's humanity to me, not just automations, not just robotics, not just artificial intelligence. There are actual emotional and physical and physiological intelligence within me. I am real. My pain is real. My scars are real. I cannot put an eraser on my face and erase away the scars. Can't erase away the battles. Can't erase away the pain. But I could choose to heal. I could choose to live. And I could choose to take it 1 second at a time. Can you choose to slow life down? Can you choose to see life right here in the present moment? Can you choose to be grateful for exactly everything that you have right now? Because this is what you got. And I'm going to tell you this, is that with that deck of cards that you have, you are giving it your all. And you're winning. You're doing a great job at it. Don't give up. And it happens. Even me, it's one of the strongest people in my family. I've had moments where I've given up, where I fell on my knees, where God had to pick me back up, where God had to show me that, hey, it's not over until I says it's over. Until then, I need you to hold on a little bit longer, a little bit more. I sit here telling you today, well, stand here telling you today that it's important to see. Because seeing ourselves allows us to see others, allows us to be more empathetic to others, allows us to understand that necessarily what I see right now is not exactly who this person is. So it reminds me of that saying as a kid, don't judge a book by the cover, right? Don't judge a book by its cover. But yet, we walk past hundreds of people a day and we judge people by their covers. We are judged by our covers. We have enough of that. During the work of seeing you, allowing yourself to be vulnerable, not taking off all of your armor because that protects you, right? You have built so much emotional resilience that it might have caused some emotional resistance, where it's the inability to feel, to be able to pull out that humanity that you're keeping safe. And in this talk of the power of being seen, I'm bringing visibility to the fact that in order to see others, we have to see ourselves. In order to see ourselves, we have to tear down a little bit of that protection in order to see what's inside. Peel back that onion a little bit and get to the part that really matters. The onion is still strong. It's still rigid. It's still crunchy. But when you cut into it, it might cry. It might make you cry. But it's real. It's authentic. It's unique. There's nothing like it. You're unique. There's nothing like you. How do you feel? Check in with yourself. How do you feel? How do you feel 20 minutes into this? What emotions are coming up for you? Is it grief? Is it sadness? Is it happiness? Is it optimistic? Is it being hopeful? Happy? Grateful? Let me know. How does it feel? How do you feel? You are safe here. And you will always be safe here. Because I see you. I hear you. I believe in you. I respect you. I love you. I admire you, and I think that you are enough. And I don't think I know that you are enough. Just the way that you are, the way that you show up right now. Right now, you have everything that you need in order to succeed because you are succeeding each and every day. And I need to also tell you this because I see you, because I hear you, and because you help me not feel alone, and I help you not feel alone. You know one thing that means that is so special to that? That means tomorrow is worth fighting for. That means I should live another day. I'm not saying that sarcastically. I really genuinely mean it. It's worth living another day because I know that you're here to experience it together. Because with the power of being seen and seeing myself, I have to also allow someone to see me the way that I see myself, which means I need community. I need those who love and support me and affirm that my existence is real, that it's meaningful, that it's powerful, that my presence is impactful. I don't have to pretend to be impactful. Who I am today is just enough. Who are you when no one's celebrating you? Think about that. Who are you when you are not being celebrated? Who are you when your phone is silent and no one's calling, no one's answering? What thoughts come up for you? Let me know in the chat. What thoughts come up for you? And let me answer. Who I thought I was is nothing. How no one cared about me. That, yeah, I can be gone tonight and my phone will still be silent. That I could die today and that no one would cry over me. That I must be a failure because no one's applauding me. But I was wrong. There was people applauding me. There was my faith with God, my inner child who got his face ripped off at 8 years old. He kept fighting for me. He kept fighting so I could see another day. Him and God fighting against two pit bulls, tearing him to shreds. Him and God fought together and won against two pit bulls to live another day. Thinking about that takes me back, reminds me of the journey that it's been. How sometimes I'm still really hard on myself. Sometimes I sit there and I'm like, I'm stupid. That I hate this. That this sucks. Why? And I'm like, wait, he's why. My inner child is why. It's why I keep doing it. It's why I want his work to be seen. Because he powers me. Because he powers me. That's why. What is your why? Why do you keep going? Why do you keep fighting? Ask yourself why. Because why is a hard question. But it's the question that starts to show us the visibility. It's the why that takes off the rose-tinted glasses, allows the world, allows yourself to be crystal clear. I'm not where I am by hiding my scars. I'm where I am because I show them. I show the humanity. I embrace it. I don't have much on this side. See this? I have this really big scar on my arm. I used to call this a really ugly scar. And this is a skin graft that was used to reconstruct my face. There was a muscle and vein removed from my arm to give me the ability to smile, to show my own humanity, humor, love, grace, and everything. Because I want you to see. I want you to see how I feel. I want to share it with you. I spent too long not sharing, and now I want to share with everyone. The grace that life has, the grace that life gives, the presence and love that it has. So as you sit there hearing my story, I want you to think about your own. Because though we are different, we have common ground. Me and you know what it feels like to be sad. Me and you know what it feels like to be lonely. We know what it feels like to be bullied, to go through pain, to hear things that we never want to hear again, but those things stuck more than the positive things. So, hey friend, how are you? And thank you for being here with me. You wanna know why I say that? Because I'm grateful for you. You are a gift to me, but you are a gift to this world. And you deserve to be here. You deserve to have roses, to be seen for who you are. To know that vulnerability is a strength and that hiding it is actually the weakness. Not being vulnerable is a weakness. But being vulnerable is a strength. And the power of that is knowing to be vulnerable with and whom. And to take a chance on today. Take a chance on tomorrow. There's no such thing as perfect, but there is such thing as learning. There's no such thing as failures. They all are life lessons. I was attacked by pit bulls 18 years ago and lost 80% of my face, and I was afraid and terrified of all dogs, but I cannot hate something that God gave life to. And now I have Chloe, who's a mini Australian Shepherd. She's my service dog, and she's right here peeping through the curtain. Isn't that something remarkable? That my story continued beyond 2 suicide attempts, through sexual assault, through bullying, family trauma, through self-inflicted scars and 62 surgeries, and losing my whole entire face and my life changing forever. I still choose to carry on. And Chloe is a symbol of that hope, of that unwavering commitment to change, to evolution, to giving it a chance, a shot. Something I had to see. Because I got one eye. I see the world a little differently than most people. But when I look in the mirror, I don't see a stranger. I see someone that I love. And it's me, it's myself. But I used to see a stranger there. I didn't know who he was, didn't know where he came from, didn't know where he was going. But I knew that he was afraid, that he saw himself as a monster, that he hated himself, that he would punch himself, that he would bully himself. And to endure the humiliation of others onto him, he humiliated himself. He believed in in the negativity, but then know that just being alive is the positivity that just started. Sometimes we have to breadcrumb hope. We have to breadcrumb hope, leaving the tiny little pieces. So let me start off here. If you got up today and taken a shower and that's all you did today, that's enough. If you got up today, that's enough. The smallest thing that you did today is enough, and it's worth celebrating. Breadcrumbing hope. In order to have something, we have to start from something, right? We have to start from the bottom to be way up here. We have to be okay with being down here. And know what's here. Low self-esteem, low self-worth, that's okay. It happens. And it's fine. It's normal. It's a part of life, and it happens. And it happens to the best of us, and it happens to the worst. And what that means that it's a system that I can gauge, and I can gauge that response and understand that if I'm here, if I can accept that I'm here, I can accept that I can ascend up here. That now I know what I probably need to get up here. Does that mean standing in front of the mirrors and practicing self-talk, practicing affirmations, practicing self-love and self-care? Does it mean challenging myself to not wear a hoodie or a hood on my head for a week, then a month, and a little longer? Does it mean purging a little less, trying it a little less, and being positive to my body. Understanding that this is me and this is who I am. People like to say self-love and self-care means there's many different things, but self-love and self-care equals life. Doesn't equal stuff. It equals life and it equals love. And love yourself, you can truly love someone else. And I would be ashamed to admit that I've always loved myself before I loved someone else. I'm honest. In my honesty, I can say that I have loved others over myself. And when those people were gone, I felt like I had nothing. Where did it go? Who am I without them? I'm nothing. I'm shallow. There's no purpose. Yet, the purpose is in the mirror. The purpose is inside. It's that warmth. It's that love. It's that care. The power of being seen is the power of being alive. Like I said in the beginning, that we have enough perfect people in this world. We need more people to be kind and to be empathetic and to be open and to being vulnerable. With not just themselves, but with others. We need more of those people. We need more people like you. We need more people like me. Though we are different, we have common ground and we see each other. We need more of that. We have too many perfect people. And honestly, if you believe, if I had to say so, there's no one perfect in this world. We all have flaws. Flaws and all, I still choose to love you. Regardless of your personal characteristics, regardless of your ability status, regardless of your employment, regardless of your political affiliation, regardless of your gender identity, regardless of your sex, regardless of country of origin, regardless of race complex, I love you. I admire you. And you deserve to be here. And you are beautiful and whole just as you are. How does that feel? How are you doing? We're killing it right now. I want you to give yourself a round of applause. Just want you to just clap it up for you. So remember that question that I asked a while back of who are you when no one's applauding you, when no one's celebrating you? Celebrate yourself. Celebrate you. Because not everyone is going to see all of the things that you do behind the scenes to be who you are today. So in privacy, I still want you to applaud yourself while you're being applauded in public. Because I thank you for showing up. I thank you for giving it another shot. I thank you for trying. And I thank you for giving it your all. I used to think that like succeeding was like just getting the trophy and that's it. It was like, it's the accomplishment, it's the end journey. I used to think just like everything in life was just about the end journey. But as I grew and matured, I learned that it was the journey that actually mattered. The end was the reminder of how hard I worked or what something I've gone through and how I persevered through it. But it's the journey. The journey. the voyage that I took, the voyage that carries through, builds that level of admiration, that humanity, that ability to see and be seen comes from seeing the journey. Comes from remembering where you started to where you are now. Understanding that your story isn't over. Change that period to a semicolon because your story continues. That the power of being seen is within you. And it just takes just that first step. And it's of accepting that this is how you feel. And it's okay to feel. It's okay to feel human, and that means so many different things. It's okay to let it out. It's okay to embrace it. It's okay to understand that you are different. Everyone's different. Everyone's quirky and all of these other things. But you are special to you. The world would be bland like food with no seasoning without you. And I don't know about anybody, but I like seasoning on my food. Not too much salt, though. But like the other things, like parsley, cilantro, that's good. Italian seasoning, maybe some diced onions. Sorry for getting you hungry. I'm just a little famished right now. Because I'm hungry about life. I'm hungry towards hope. And I know that I have to sprinkle on a little bit of my story and where I'm from and where I'm going in order to build the substance on top of the base. That I have to build substance on top of my inner child to exist, to love, and to embrace today. The power of being seen is acknowledge. It's to believe and to tear down a bit of that armor. And it's to act. The three things. Acknowledge, to believe and tear down a bit of that armor, to act. What is something that you can do today to act on your ability to be seen? What are you hiding of your characteristics, of your personality, of who you truly are, that affects how you live day to day? For me, I didn't want people to see my skin. I didn't want people to see my face. I knew that my face scared some people and made people uncomfortable, but I embraced curiosity than anger or trying to find a better word, but for lack of a better word, I embrace curiosity, people being curious of my story than being aggressive towards me. Because the things that we don't understand makes us scared, and what is scared can lead to many different things. And so I'm not accountable for their reaction, but I'm accountable for how I respond. I'm accountable for how I allow myself to be seen. And I choose to let vulnerability be a strength for me, not a weakness. Allowing myself to step out of my comfort zone helps me want to live another day. Helps me want to try another day. Helps me want to continue to inspire others and share my message with thousands and millions of people around the world. Helps me want to show you that you are purposeful, that your life is meaningful, that your life is irreplaceable, that your life is remarkable, and that your story is real, your story is truth. And I honor and praise you for trying, for giving it your all, for making those sacrifices. And finally, I want you to know this about the power of being seen. Is that there'll still be some hard days. Not every day is great. Not every day is perfect. But the storms never last forever. The sun will shine. The warmth will come. The leaves will grow. The flowers will bloom and blossom. The seasons will change. And life will restore. It could be a hard chapter for you right now. But just know the next one is awaiting to be written by you. Don't close the book without writing the next part. We are all authors of our stories. We are all testaments of this thing we call life. Keep writing. Keep showing up. Keep persevering. And keep admiring yourself. Give yourself that warm love and approval that you deserve, because you deserve it. You don't deserve no more negativity. There's plenty of that in the world. This world needs more positivity. This world needs more love. It needs more empathy. It needs more kindness. That needs to be seen. You deserve to be seen. I deserve to be seen. I am seen. You are seen. And your effort doesn't go unmatched without being seen. I thank you for all that you do, for all that you've done, for all that you will do. Like I said, you add seasoning to this world. We add seasoning to this world by what we do. But we can blend it up by hiding it. What bland is not flavorful. Gratitude is flavorful. Admiration is flavorful. Empathy is flavorful. Embracing hard emotions is flavorful. Being sad, being happy, being hopeful, grieving myself is flavorful, because feeling is healing. We've healed external wounds with band-aids, with ointments and treatments, but internally, in order to heal, we have to feel. And feeling can often It can often suck. It can be really hard. But it's worth it. It's worth it because of what? You're worth it. You are worth being seen. You are worth being heard. You are worth being valued. And you are worth being loved. You are worth being admired. Never forget it. Know that you are awesome. Eighty-year-old me laying in a hospital bed, missing Christmas, December 25th, 2007. Because December 5th, 2007, December 5th, 2007, he lost 80% of his face. But in that coma, he was still fighting. The doctors had to give him more anesthetics because he was trying to wake up out of the coma, and he wasn't ready yet. He was still fighting, not even knowing what happened yet. So I owe it to him to do this, to be seen. Because he fought for it. Him and God fought for it. So I have to carry that torch, fight for it too. And I can't do it alone because I've learned that I'm not alone. That I share my torch with you because we're going to carry it and finish the race and get through the marathon. Instead of being the hare, I like being the tortoise. I have a shell that protects me. But I got little bits and pieces that come out that shell. And those bits and pieces allows me to be seen, to move, to prosper. To journey on and to meet others. You are the power of being seen. You are loved. You are graced. You are admired. I love you for tuning in for this month's Admire Talk, the very first talk, the power of being seen. And please feel free to go down in the comment section or in the chat and let me know your thoughts about this talk. Let me know your feelings. Let me know something that you're going to do starting today to allow yourself to be seen more, to allow yourself to feel more authentically you, something that you have been hiding. Because of what? You deserve to be seen. You have the power of being seen. So what's that one thing that you're going to do to be seen more? For yourself, not for others, just for you. You can share with others. But it's more about empowering you. It's more about empowering you after trauma because we live in a world where we all have experienced trauma. We have to learn together how to reclaim life after trauma. And I'm here to do that with you. We're going to keep doing that together. For the rest of my life, I'm going to be teaching people how to reclaim life, self-love, self-care, kindness, and empathy, and building purpose after trauma. I love you. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Stay in the chat for a Q&A session. I'll be here to answer those questions and to be able to further engage and be able to add more to this amazing topic. I love you all. And I talk to you soon at the very next Admire Talk in January. Going into the new year, starting it fresh. You have a great day. Bye until next time.
Hey everyone, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just wanna make sure that you get. Okay, cool. Hey everyone, thank you all so much for tuning in for this Admire Talk, and it means the world to me to be here, to be able to do these for you all, to be able to do this for the world, and have this being the start of my career. Um, Being able to do something that I haven't really seen before, but being able to speak to those who might feel forgotten in this year. Mhm. Gonna answer some of those questions. Uh, there as if I am open to speaking to survivors of traumatic bodily damage, and absolutely I am. I will hope to get into a place more where I can speak into hospitals or speak on stage in front of veterans, speak on stage in front of those who have been in severely harmed physically. But also, one thing that I believe is key is what I said at the end of the speech is we've all undergone trauma. The lessons and the things that I want to share with this world are principles that we all can apply. For those who suffer from CPTSD, so complex post-traumatic stress disorder, like myself, all the way to those who might just suffer from flight anxiety. And I'm just 26 years old, and I'm excited for the long road ahead of us. You may have answered this earlier. My apologies for asking if you have at this. At what point did your determination override your fears? Is I would say during my second suicide attempt during the pandemic, during 2020, uh, surviving that and surviving that suicide attempt and understanding like I'm just 21 years old. There are people in my life who expect me to live a very long time. But if I'm fearful of myself, fearful of childhood wounds, childhood trauma, fearful of others, fearful of life, then I'm not going to make it pretty long. I might have another attempt, and I do believe third time's the charm, so I don't want there to be a third time. And that's why in my recovery from suicide in 2020, so this leads into 2021, after I had my suicide attempt in December 2020, around March 2021, um, coming home from work, I decided that I no longer wanted to bully myself because I've received enough of it. That instead of feeding in the fears that life gives me, I need to just combat it with love. So there's this thing that I've been saying for years online is choosing love over fear, choosing the love of life over fear, choosing the love of self over fear, choosing the love of the journey over fear. And there is something biblical to it as well. Is that in the Bible it's written 365 times, do not be afraid. So I've taken it upon myself to interpret then every day of the year to not be afraid. You said you had learned to admire yourself after your second suicide attempt. What was it? What was that like for you? And where did you begin to believe in yourself? The video keeps going out. Um, well, I hope that I can continue to. I hope you guys can continue to see me or watch the replay because it'd be crystal clear without lag during the replay. But for me during in my recovery from my second attempt is There used to be this mirror in my house where in my mother's home where I used to really bully myself. And I bullied myself there for years. I repeated the same things that people had told me in high school, in college, in the hospital, and etc. Even what own family members had told me. Because I believed it. And this particular day, came home from work. I had suffered an injury because I was working as a mechanic. I'm still going through my suicide recovery. Can't even drive home without needing to talk to someone over the phone because I didn't feel safe in my own car, but I still went to work. I still was a full time college student writing my senior thesis and graduating this same semester. So I went to this mirror that I've often negatively talked to myself at, and I stood there, started to cry. So much pain, so much tears, physical and mental. And that's when I said, I admire you for not giving up and that we got this. And in that moment, that was the first time that I enacted self love to myself in the whole 18 years, well, in the whole, what would that be, 14 years since the accident. Like, whoa, that felt real. That felt like I took a band aid off of pain and actually let it breathe so that it could heal. And I'm like, wow, like this is my first time self loving in this whole span of all these surgeries that I've been through. I need to figure out how to do more of this and realize that because each year there's over 1.2 million suicide attempts, and each year there's over 45,000 Americans who lose their lives to suicide. My suicide attempt was unreported, but I could have been one of that statistics that died from suicide in 2020. So going back to my room after not bullying myself is something that I did for a very, very long time. I said I had to do something different. I had to not do only do something different for myself, but also share my story with the world and get very, very uncomfortable, get very, very vulnerable with strangers around the world and save lives one at a time. That's 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 how I've been doing it ever since. You all have helped me believe in myself. It's not just me. I can't do it by myself. I can't build community alone. It's with you all. It's with Robert, who's in here. He's been here since the start, and he's just a VIP admirer, and uh, he's definitely been there since the beginning of me even doing this and having merchandise online, having people read affirmations to themselves in the mirror when they take selfies with the clothing, or looking at themselves in the mirror to check to see how their outfits are looking. Like, wait, tomorrow's worth fighting for. Heck yeah. And that's like my philosophy in a nutshell. Is giving people reminders why today is good, why tomorrow is worth fighting for. That it doesn't stop tonight when we go to sleep. There's a chance that we get tomorrow too. But it's like, whoa, let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's carry that torch together, not alone. Torches are heavy. Let's carry it together. Where is everyone tuning in from? You don't mind me asking. It doesn't let me know. So I'm curious where everyone is currently. I'm currently in Chicago right now. Chicago, Illinois, United States of America. East Seattle. That that's phenomenal. I've always wanted to come to Seattle. This question is unrelated to this talk, but hopefully you can see how it is connected. You talked at first about loving yourself and how you have someone special in your life. Given what you've been through, rejection, Was it difficult for you to believe and accept love from her? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. There's a cliche saying that we heard probably growing up. I heard it later on, so I'm pretty sure that it's been around for a long time, but you can't truly love someone else until you love yourself. And so with this person that I love that I'm planning to spend the rest of my life with, first getting compliments from her was very startling. Um, she used to tell me I should smile more and told me I had a gorgeous smile. I don't, I used to not get compliments a lot, and it's still hard to get those. So having those from her meant a lot to me. Um, she doesn't just stare at my eye for my eye not blinking, uh, the way that my lips are slanted, or the imperfections in the just surgery, uh, scars. She sees me as human and she holds me accountable as such. So it's interesting when I think about partner is I think about sometimes the way that she's shown her love to me over the years. I kind of forget that I look different. I just feel human. I feel seen. I feel whole. I feel loved. And I truly feel loved every second of it, even during the hard times. And I think that's very, very rare to find. And that's why I chose for this person to be my lifelong person. Because it's just such a rare thing is to be seen even through the flaws and all, through the things that I can change and the things that I can't change, through the baggage, through the skeletons in the closet that I can't hide no more because we gotta go in the closet, get clothes out, and dress up for the next day. She loves me for that, flaws and all, and I love her for that. And that's something that I had to love myself first before I could even make that choice to spend a lifelong. Just to make sure that I have my own validation, my own affirmation of myself, affirming my own identity and soul, and letting my partner's love and admiration for me be an addition, but not a replacement to my own heart and to my own love of myself. So that's roughly the answer to that. And it's huge, complex, and I definitely want to have a talk on that, on fighting rejection after trauma, um, fighting um, uh, ignorance and combating it with kindness, and going home with that weight and trying to figure out how to uh, hold that, give it space, give it care, and turn it into something more. Not necessarily anger, but I can be angry. I have been angry, and anger can be productive, but turn it into something that can be later used for purpose. So you guys look at me today. I want you guys to know that I've been through thousands of hate comments online, in person. People have told me that I shouldn't be here anymore, and a lot, thousands of things. And so turning that into this talk is that turning tears into roses that I can give to you all. I think there's another question in here. Ohio, awesome. Ohio, Michigan, Salt Lake, Utah, all places that I would love to visit more and go to for sure. Um, I will hope to do a national tour and come to you guys' city and be able to talk in person. And this is the start of that. And who knows, Admire Talks could be in person soon. I'm working on huge things right now. I'm gonna leave the floor open for one more Q&A because I don't want to hold you all too long. I know that it's really late. It's 10 p.m. on the East Coast. It is 7 p.m. on the West Coast. 9 p.m. here in Chicago, Central Standard Time. So I'll leave the floor open for one more thing before we go for the night. And also, this recording, even me talking right now, and I believe the chat as well, the Q&A will be available for the next 6 months using the link that you all use to get in here. You all will have access to that. And for you all being the first participants of the Admire Talk, the Power of Being Seen, I will be sending you all a PDF tomorrow to your emails, a free PDF, reflections and shadow work, and some things that you can work on in your own self-care journey. Because you guys are awesome, and I wanted to give that to you, everyone that's here. And I want to give a shout out to just you all for being here. Special shout out um to Robert for watching me throughout this journey too. He's like a mentor to me and been just a very great admirer who is a stranger, and he's watched me grow in the last 4 years. So it means a lot to see him here and watch me grow. You did it. Your first talk under your belt. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And there's plenty more to go. I'm going to be doing this for a really long time. And I'm excited for this work because this work is very much needed. And it's my first 1 hour talk too. And those are rare, but I wanted to do it all for you. So if there's no more comments, I love you all. And I hope you all have a fantastic night. Take good care of yourself. Be kind to your mind. Also, do something special and wonderful for you during this holiday season. And just don't be too hard on yourself. The final thing that I'll say is um, when I gave up on myself, I lost who I was. Searching for who I am, I had to mourn and give love to the parts that fought to be here where I'm at today. So I was lost until I found myself, and I had to find myself by acknowledging the things that I've survived. We all are survivors of our stories. We all are authors of our stories, and never forget that, and never let no one write the pen to your story. You are the author of your story, left-handed or right-handed. I'm lefty. But you are the author of your story. Thank you all for inspiring me, allowing me to have an hour and some change to inspire you. I'll see you guys at the next Admire Talk. Oh, I see there's a good question here. Oh, love you. Love you too. Thank you so much. It means the world. Love you all. Bye until next. Take good care.